Hi there, this is David, and welcome to 5 things that I wish that I knew before I started DIOFIELD Chronicles. This is one of the best strategy RPGs to come out in recent memory, especially if you're a fan of old school Ogre Battle or the Growlancer series. Unlike the more recent Triangle strategy, this plays much differently to more mainstream tactical turn-based games that we're more used to, as this is much more real-time, and the rules that you may have learned in games of past just don't apply here. So I want to dive deep into the quirks and eccentricities of this game and help you make heads or tails of it and make the most of your experience, especially since once you make a mistake in allocating your stats, you just can't take it back. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1. Focus on weapon skills. When you're researching and developing weapons, you undoubtedly will notice that you have access to weapons that no one can equip yet, and other weapons that will just lead to like a dead end, so don't waste any materials on those. In the same vein, always be on the lookout for good skills and use your limited resources on them. As you upgrade your base, you will unlock new equipment for the shop, and you might be tempted to purchase the strongest weapons that you can get your hands on, but again, don't do that. The strongest weapon might have the crummiest skills. And what good is a really powerful weapon when the skills are all garbage? You're actually better off buying a weaker weapon if it does have the skills that you like. Number 2. Upgrade only specific skills. Speaking of those skills, not all are created equally. While they each have their little niche, some are definitely more useful than others. So what you want to do is pick out 2 or 3 per job class, and then just focus on upgrading those only. The reason for this is that upgrading skills consumes your most valuable resource, your SP. And while resources in general are scarce in DIOFIELD, SP is by far the worst offender. You'll never have enough, especially because it's shared by the entire party. So, the last thing that you want to do is spend your valuable SP upgrading a skill that you're never going to use. Go ahead and plan out your route ahead of time, and then travel over to the skills that you like, then upgrade those favorite skills to as high a level as you possibly can, while just ignoring all the other ones. Number 3. Mix up your characters. Character placement is incredibly important. In battle, you have 4 main characters on the screen, which constitute a unit of 2 characters, the main one as well as the backup. So it's useful to have the tankiest characters in the lead, as their stats are going to be the ones used for HP, attack, and defense, while the backup unit should be a supporting caster or an archer for the most part. While it might seem easy to place all the mages together, the fighters together, and the archers together, I implore you again, do not do this. Variety is the spice of life, and you want to have a variety of skills on all of your units. An attacker who can also heal or freeze enemies with the mage backup is really nice, as is a cavalry with the ability to shield bash or use a stunning arrow. You just want every unit to be as diversified as humanly possible. Number 4. Pick 2 Magic Lumen Orbs. Like I said before, resources are in short supply here, and without refighting past battles, you're going to be short on gold for the better part of the game. The biggest money pit by far, though, is upgrading those Magic Lumen Orbs, so I would suggest only picking 2 that you like while ignoring the rest. Bahamut is a no-brainer since you get him first thing, and having a powerful mega nuke to clear the screen of trash mobs is invaluable. But really, having 2 attacking summons is kind of overkill. So my second recommendation is, coincidentally enough, the second orb that you get, Goldhorn, who really just works as a mega elixir, saving your little hiney in those nail-biting situations. Between the 2 of them, you're going to have your bases covered, and you'll have no problem completing the game, especially if you focus all your hard-earned gold and materials on leveling only those 2 up. Number 5. Understand the stat system. Micromanaging stats is always one of the highlights of a strategy game, but two of the stats here are kind of questionable. While HP, EP, attack, and defense are really self-explanatory, technique and luck need a little tiny bit more explanation. I actually went and researched it, and I looked into it, and technique is pretty much just another name for like magic attack or skill attack. It affects the damage that you inflict with your skills. Whether or not it's a magical or a physical skill doesn't matter. It's still affected by your technique level. Luck, similar to attack, affects the amount of damage that you deal with both physical attacks and your skills, and it also greatly influences your critical hit rate. It's up to you which stat you decide to favor, but do keep in mind that the different accessories sold at the shop will increase each of these individual stats. And for the most part, you're going to want to focus on attack for your frontline soldiers, and then technique for those skill users in the rear. So, that's it for the 5 things that you need to know before starting the DIOFIELD Chronicles. What do you wish that you knew before you began the game? Let me know in the comments, and if you like this video and what I do here on the channel, please consider heading on over to Twitch for some streaming fun, checking out Patreon for exclusive videos and early access to my content, or coming on over to my Discord to chat and hang out. The links to them can be found in the video description. This has been David, and if you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.